Hey guys, Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Now, Tools by Design recently posted a video to his Instagram that was actually quite interesting. It was showing off a flex tool demo where they were showing off the vibration of a flex reciprocating saw versus a Milwaukee M18 fuel reciprocating saw. And now, if you know Flex, they haven't been very truthful or honest with a lot of their marketing promotional videos. They've always been kind of bending the truth. They've been doing kind of some weird stuff here and there. A couple of YouTubers like ManCaver Tools has done really awesome breakdowns of those videos, kind of exposing some of the misleading things that they've done. Now, I wanted to test out this for myself. I love using reciprocating saws, I use them a lot for my work, and I wanted to see if the Flex really did have less vibration than most of the competition. Now, I don't like that Flex only ever goes against the Milwaukees. They're always kind of taking aim with the Milwaukee stuff. So I wanted to try some Makitas and some Metabo HPTs, who are both pretty well known for being very smooth, anti-vibration tools, and see how it goes against the Flex tool here. So guys, let's check out that video by Tools by Design, and then let's jump right into it. All right, so here is the test jig, just like Flex had. I'm only going to do something slightly different, and I'm actually going to hold down the trigger myself, just using my thumb and index finger. I want to have better control than the Flex test. I know it's going to remove just a slight amount of vibration from the Flex test, but it shouldn't be too noticeable at all. If anything, it'll make the test look better for Flex. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this water bottle up on top here, and I'm going to pull down the trigger. There is no speed adjustments on this Flex. It's entirely variable speed trigger. So let's see what I can make this Flex do when it comes to vibration, having the water bottle closer to the handle side. Yeah, that's just like the test, actually. Very little vibration here you can see in the water. The water's not splashing up and down. Overall, I do feel like the test that Flex showed off was actually quite accurate. I'm hoping that Flex didn't do anything to modify the reciprocating saw that they used. They might have had one slight advantage over my test jig, and their test jig, actually, they're using a much larger battery. I can't tell what size battery. I think it's either a 5 or an 8 amp hour battery they were using. I'm using a 2.5. That's all I've got. But it's going to be a lighter battery. It's going to allow more vibration, of course. The more weight I would have with this entire tool, the better off I would be. Also, key to note that there was no blades or anything else interfering with these tools during the test. Okay, so now we know that during the test, the water bottle they had was actually put right in the center of the tool, and it was held on by straps. Now, of course, we saw that in the test, we saw the results from that, but I want to move this water bottle around the tool just to see if there's more vibration, of course, up front than there is by the handle. So let's find out. Definitely seeing more vibration as we put the water bottle closer to the business end of the tool there. Now, one thing that Flex didn't show, or Tools by Design didn't show in that video, I'm sure Flex didn't really bother to test this out, was if I put it in orbital action mode on or off. Let's turn it on now and see if that changes. My guess is that we're going to see a bit more vibration with orbital action on, because there's going to be more movement of that reciprocating saw. So let's find out now. I'm going to keep the water bottle in the exact same place, and let's test it out. Definitely seeing a little bit more movement there. You can see the water bottle moving off to the side a little bit more quickly. All right, orbital action is still on. Let's test it back by the handle now. Now let's compare that to having orbital action off. Let's see how this works. Definitely a little bit more movement in the water up there. Let's zoom in on that. All right, now let's turn orbital action off. I want to get the same exact view here and see what happens to the vibration now. orbital action on. It's almost too close to tell there once we're back by the handle. When you turn that orbital action on and off by the handle, it's really, really low vibration. That's quite impressive on the flex here. Of course, as you move up more to the business end there on the tool, you're gonna get more and more vibration. So let's try out another brand. I wanna see something else compared to the flex. We saw the Milwaukee in the flex test, just have a ton of vibration. I'm not necessarily gonna argue the Milwaukee. I don't have a Milwaukee reciprocating saw myself anymore. But I wouldn't say that's necessarily a bad test there. I know the Milwaukees I've had have had a lot of vibration in the reciprocating saw. So let's try out maybe like a Metabo HPT 36 volt and see how that does. All right, now we've got the Metabo HPT set up. I've got it in speed 4. That's the highest speed in the Metabo. Let's also start with orbital action off, just like the flex. Now, of course, I don't have an exact 2.5 amp hour battery, just like the flex, but I'm going to use a 4 amp hour multi-volt battery, and that's as close as I can get. It should make a big difference in the test. This tool is also much heavier than the flex tool anyways, but this tool has the user vibration technology, so I'm curious if that'll play into a difference at all comparing the vibration in this. Of course, no blade in the tool. Nothing else is different here, using the exact same straps, exact same water bottle here. Let's see what the Metabo HPT can do. All right, let's try it up on the business end now, and we'll compare that to the flex. Let's see what it does. Wow, significantly more vibration than the flex. That water bottle was jumping all over the place. Let's try with orbital action on and see if that makes it better or worse. Probably say that's about the same. Let's move the water bottle to the handle now and see what it does in orbital action on. All right, orbital action is on, speed 4 just like before. Let's test it out now by the handle. Yeah, Metabo HPT definitely has more vibration than the flex. So yeah, looks like that flex test so far, I'm kind of believing flex at this point. However though, I want to try out some of the Makitas. I want to see how well those do. All right, so we have the Makita XGT. This is actually the first generation. This one doesn't have orbital action, so let's see how well this one will do. I'm really curious to see how the Makita will stack up against the flex. This is the 4 amp hour 40 volt battery on here. Everything is exactly the same like the previous two tools, so let's see how well it does. Definitely a good amount of vibration there. It seems like I have more front to back vibration than up and down like the Metabo HPT did. And if you're wondering, yes, it is in speed 2. That's the most powerful speed it has. All right, now moving up to the business end of the tool here. Let's see how much vibration it's going to put off up here. Oh, definitely more vibration than the Metabo HPT. That's definitely for sure right there. Let me try that again. Ooh. Yeah, it does not want to stand up there. The Makita definitely puts out a lot of vibration. Probably the most vibration out of any of these tools so far is definitely the Makita XGT. This is the first generation. Now, I do have one more reciprocating saw I want to test out. That is the Makita brushless 18 volts. Let's give that one a shot. All right, now just like all the previous tools, I have it in the exact same position here. Let's check out how much vibration the Makita brushless 18 volt reciprocating saw puts out compared to the other tools. Well, this is surprising. Actually, probably puts out some of the most vibration back at the handle here. Let's zoom in and check that again. Not only are we seeing a ton of movement in the bottle, we're also seeing a movement of the bottle itself moving back and forth. Let's move it to the business end now and see how well it does. All right, let's try it again. Of course, there is no orbital action on this reciprocating saw at all. I've got it in speed 2, and it's a variable speed trigger. I'm pulling that trigger all the way down. Let's see how it does at the business end here. Just like the XGT, this thing has a ton of vibration. Let's try that one more time. Yep, just like the Makita XGT, that thing kicks that bottle right off there. Well, I gotta say, that was actually a test by Flex that wasn't actually lying or misleading the truth all there. From testing out from these reciprocating saws that, I thought at least maybe the Metabo or the 18-volt Makita would beat the Flex here. This Flex is really smooth with orbital action on or off. It doesn't really matter. That's quite impressive from Flex. Flex got a point for me today, actually. Did not expect that at all. I was expecting some different results just by hanging those tools up. Even my hand on the trigger on those tools, I can definitely tell the Flex was a lot smoother as well too. So, definitely trying this out for how smooth it is. If you're wondering, like you've never used a reciprocating saw before, how important it is for a reciprocating saw to not have a ton of vibration. I've used some of these tools for hours on end, tearing up fences or a hot tub or patios. And your hand is gonna start to feel a little weird, definitely get really sore. You're gonna feel that vibration in your hand over time, and it's not fun to use these tools with a lot of vibration. So, in my opinion, yeah, the Flex is definitely quite impressive. I'm kind of blown away by how well it performed. Definitely really cool to see Flex here with a really cool tool. I don't necessarily think it's worth trying this test again with the Milwaukee. I think the Flex test was quite accurate from trying it myself. I think the Milwaukee, possibly the Makita wow, quite disappointed to see how much vibration those tools put out. Even with the Metabo, with that user vibration technology they have, still put out a lot of vibration to the handle. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care, guys. Have a great day.